Sir, welcome to Kalagati channel. Sudhakar sir, please.
Yes, Guruji. So today Arnima madam and Gnaneswar sir who are absent today. So starts with the prayer. Suklam Baradaram Vishnum Sejivarnam Chaturbhujam Asannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Mahanisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Ekadantam Upasmahe. Thank you very much. Welcome to Kalagati channel. So today topic is a very different topic: love and arranged marriage.
Sir, you are in mute, sir. Sudhakar sir.
Ravi sir, you continue, sir.
Of husband and wife. Marriage is a beautiful connection between two souls. Love marriage and arranged marriage. So arranged marriage is a marriage which proposals by the parents. So they decide who is suitable to her. What about his life? What about his history at the present situation and the future condition? So these things should be analyzed by her parents and looking into the male's chart also after marriage compatibility. So which is a positive. So then only they will come forward to get married between the two. So this is arranged marriage, but they follow the social norms and customs also. But in case of love marriage, so physical appearance is given more importance. But in arranged marriage, the physical appearance is not given much importance. So they are looking about all their history, background, and his financial status and his future condition. But in case of love marriage, the physical appearance is given much more importance. So don't know about boys' history at the present situation and future condition, only imagined. So, but love marriage is better than arranged marriage because getting an understanding partner is really important. So better understanding between couples. Couples know the likes and dislikes of each other, and that they need to be happy. Marriage is not a contract between two families. It is a relationship of love. So in love marriage, it stops inequality in society. In this marriage, a little bit of a chance of quarrels between them. They discuss their old memories. They solve their misunderstandings themselves. They can understand each other and not blame each other and know how to compromise with each other. Both marriages have equal importance. It depends upon how you understand your partner's feelings and adjust to them. So both marriages are given much importance in the society nowadays because understanding is the key of a better relationship. Compromise is the key for every relationship to be peaceful and successful. The mindset of Indian society is a very lagged behind and in respect of surviving in this uncertain world. You are supposed to cope up with trends. So nowadays, love marriages are much more interested, and 50%. Talk about a planetary position that lead to such a marriage. First of all, second house, and seventh house, and 11th house. So these are the three houses which represents for marriage. But second house is represent number in And the seventh house is the house of marriage, life partner or business partner. So seventh house is a benefic, then there may be legal bondage. And society. So that is the 11th house. If second house, seventh house, and 11th house is connected with each other, second house is in seventh house, or seventh house is in second house, and 11th legal bondage, which follows the customs and the social norms. So that is a legal bondage. So legal bondage, seventh particularly should be connected with fifth house. Fifth is a house of love and romance. So fifth house and fifth lord signifies love and romance. So that's why fifth house should be analyzed very clearly, so about whether it is successful or not. So fifth house is also its new ideas, new thoughts, and new imaginations also. So financial status also. Actually, if benefic planets are placed either in seventh house or first house also. First house represents marriage, because some of the planets which occupied in first house, yes, it aspects on seventh house. That's why first house should be analyzed clearly. So seventh house or seventh lord, or first house or first lord in 10th, 11th, 3rd. So then love come arranged marriage. Love come arranged marriage. So if seventh lord or lagna lord aspects 10th, 11th, or 3rd, so then love come arranged marriage takes place. So the influence of the 10th house causes the parents to assume a role and comment the marriage into an arranged marriage with the agreement of the parents. If 10th lord is in 10th and the 4th house lord is in 4th house, then they aspect each other. So if they are benefic to each other, while lagna lord and the 7th lord aspect each other, are connected with each other, or 7th house lord is lagna and lagna lord is in 7th house, then the love marriage will turn into arranged marriage. So planets, another factor is a planet. The karaka of love is Venus. Venus represents love and romance. So Venus should be placed in Chandras or Trikonas without a malefic influence. And if it aspects the 5th house or 7th house or ascendant, then the chances of love marriage are more. The 5th house indicates romance and 11th house indicates new relationships. If Moon and Venus are together, it promotes romance. If both are in Lagna or 7th house, then love marriage is confirmed. But these lords should not be combust or under malefic influence. The planets should not be debilitated or in retrograded condition. Then only it is possible love marriage. Planet Mars is another factor. Planet Mars is another factor which is energy and argument. So it is also important planet to express his courage towards his parents. So that Mars helps him a lot to express his courage to her parents also. One needs a lot of strength to convince others for a love marriage proposal. A combination of Mars and Venus without any malefic influence will result into the love marriage. Another very important factor is to check Navamsa position of planets. In Navamsa is also important as this is the chart for spouse and it should follow a similar position of planets as stated above to support love marriage. Every human being needs a married life at a specific age to live and to grow. Without this, no one can imagine the continuity of life. Therefore, everyone is curious to know the seventh house is considered more important and 11th house legal bondage. There is no legal bondage. So only love will be successful. Love will be successful. So if the 7th house connection with the 5th house are arranged marriage, so then legal bondage. So, of a planet in the right side of the 8th, 10th, and 11th lord are the houses that have most significant role to play in an arranged marriage. 4 zodiac signs who are most likely to have an arranged marriage. Here is one marriage special for everyone. Libra zodiac sign. Libra who are supporting and loyal. They are not afraid of commitments, and once they do commit, they go all out. Libra deep inside is a caring and nurturing soul who is to have ideal partner unconditionally. So this zodiac is most likely to have an arranged marriage. And Cancer, this zodiac sign loves mystery and values loyalty. People belonging to this zodiac sign are most likely to have an arranged marriage. And Scorpio, not a Scorpio, so Capricorn. So Capricorn sign, so which gives much importance for hard work, and at the same time, if they fall in love, so they give much importance to hard work and give much importance to the life partner also. So this zodiac sign is most likely to have an arranged marriage. And 4 zodiac signs who are most likely to have a love marriage. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Sagittarius. So Aries, this zodiac sign is extremely passionate and they are super romantic when it comes to dating. They have a tendency to get emotional and are quick to find love. They are most likely to marry a friend or a best friend who turned into a lover. So Taurus, this zodiac sign is picky when it comes to choosing a life partner. They are extremely stubborn while choosing their life partner as well. And Gemini is known for its social and outgoing nature. They are also quick to fall in love as they are impulsive. They are quick decision makers and they would prefer a life partner of their own choice. So that is Gemini. And Sagittarius, Sagis are known for living their life on their own terms. They have quite a rebellious nature and simply avoid an arranged marriage at all costs. They prefer someone who is like like minded, free-spirited, and understanding. Out of the 12 houses, it is the 7th house which is studied for marriage, that is a legal bondage. So the positive planets, Venus, Mars, or Moon over the 7th house would give you a marriage partner chosen by you. Suppose the Lord of the 7th house makes a relationship with the above planets, there are chances of the Lord of the 7th house is occupying the 1st house, 5th house, or 12th house. You would get married to someone known to you before marriage. Venus, which signifies love and romance. We study association of Venus with the ascendant, 5th, 7th, and 12th house. If Venus is found positioned in the 1st house, 5th house, 7th house, 8th house, 10th house, or 12th house, you would be leading towards love of planets have a love marriage also. The next planet we study is the moon. As it is the karaka of your mind, our acting and thinking depends on the position in the various houses. If moon is found to be under the influence of the planet Venus or Mars, it gives interest in the opposite sex and could give marrying with your loved or adored person. If the moon is positioned in the 5th, 7th, or 12th house, then chances are that you would marry a partner of your own choice. Rahu and Ketu create unconventionally and breaking the rules. So Mars gives passion. The nodes, Rahu and Ketu, being placed in any of the Kendras, 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, and 10th house, can lead to a love marriage. Mercury and Venus together make a person very romantic and very quick to act on it. Rahu and Venus connecting gets afflicted. It can cause a love affair to become scandalous. Rahu and Guru. So Guru Chandala Yoga leads to possibility of love marriage. If this yoga is in the 1st house, 5th house, 7th house, or 9th house, aspected by Saturn or Mars, it might be a very unhappy or tragic love marriage, or a particularly scandalous one. If the planet Venus is in 7th house or 11th house with the 1st lord, it is a great indication of a love marriage that has toward arranged marriage. Venus with moon also gives a romantic nature. This is more strong in the 7th, 9th, or 12th houses. If it is in the 5th, it is an indication of the highest form of love. This is more than physical and very selfless and also spiritual. So this is a love marriage and arranged marriage. So thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity. So over to Pedrazu, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sudhakar, sir.
Thanks.
Your difficult time of given a lecture. Ravi, sir, you will continue. Or you will.
Yes, sir. I know very little bit about this love marriages. Okay, only one combination that 5th lord in 7th or 7th lord in 5th. If there is a connection between 7th and 5th, so the 5th house represents love, romance, and children. So for getting a children, so we require love and romance. Okay. 5th house represents those things, and 7th house represents relationships. So to get a good spouse or good a relationship. Seventh house denotes. So fifth house Lord sitting in seventh. So the physical intimacy, romance, love, all these things that person need to get from the seventh house. So it always shows that there will be chances of marriage. So, and the fifth house, any planet in fifth house represents the person which he love most. The whatever the bhava Lord sitting in fifth house, those things he will love most. So, if seventh Lord sitting in fifth, he loves to make relationships. So he loves to make a bondage. So this represents love marriage. So as Sir said, many variety of things. So all representing love marriages. I know this combination. This is the first combination. Whether seventh Lord sitting in fifth or fifth Lord sitting in seventh represents mostly the person willing to get into their relationship. And the Venus is the planet which gives that physical pleasure, happiness, whatever the body chemical reactions, okay, those things Venus represents. If Venus in fifth house, Venus is sitting in fifth house, that also will trigger. Okay. So he is seeking pleasure, happiness. So fifth house represents children, love, romance. So in these things, he is seeking pleasure and happiness. Venus represents pleasure and happiness. So this kind of fifth house Venus also will trigger love marriage. And certain combinations like Venus Mars. Venus is a physical pleasure and happiness. Mars is passion. So if these planets are mixing, then also it will trigger love marriage. So if this combination happening in Jupiter signs and Saturn signs, there will be a breaks. Okay. So if it is happening in Jupiter signs, these people will listen to elders. So Jupiter represents elders, gurus, aged people, knowledgeable people. So these people will listen to the knowledgeable people. Saturn represents hardships. Okay. So when this combination is happening in Saturn signs, it is not that much easy. It will take severe challenging and hardships. So apart from that, in any sign, it is like a cakewalk. If Mars and Venus are conjunct, definitely there will be a love marriage. And Venus Rahu, when Venus is conjunct with Rahu in closer degrees, Rahu impact is whenever he conjunct with another planet, okay, he will blast that properties of that planet. He will expand that properties. So when Venus conjunct with Rahu, Rahu will make Venus to expand. So Venus represents physical pleasures, happiness, beauty, romance, all these things. So when Rahu is an obsession, illusion. So he will blast the Venus properties. So Venus properties getting doubled in that chart when Venus Rahu conjunct. Definitely these persons will tend to go into a relationship. So definitely there will be a chances of love marriage. Venus Rahu conjunct. If it is in, again exception is if it is in Jupiter houses or Saturn houses, there will be a breaks. Okay. These people will listen to the elders, or these people will face the challenges. There will be a delay. Saturn signs are delay. It represents patience. It will give patience. Okay. So Venus Rahu, sometimes Venus Moon also. Venus Moon also will represent So Venus is happiness, Moon is love. If these planets they conjunct in closer degrees, not wide degrees, okay, in closer degrees, then these persons will tend to take that pleasure. So the body will trigger that chemical reactions. So these things we need to check in the chart. If it is Venus Mars or Venus Rahu, Venus Moon, these are the some combinations. And Venus is in fifth house. If Venus is in fifth house, that also will trigger this kind of intimacy, love, okay, seeking pleasure. Those things will trigger. And if a seventh lord is in fifth or fifth lord in seventh, that also will trigger these things. Okay. So, and again, while dealing with seventh house, okay, seventh house represents not only marriage or relationship but also business. Okay. So we need to check before telling. If suppose we are seeing suppose seventh lord in fifth or fifth lord in seventh, we need to check that the person is doing business or not, profession. Okay. If he is a businessman, so this may go into a different way. So he will put on all these things in business because seventh house also represents business. So fifth house also represents intelligence. Okay. So I'm not saying all the business people will not fall in love, but there will be a chances, mixed review. Okay, so we need to collect the data and we need to say about these love kind of things. So in normal things, if seventh lord is in fifth, we will definitely will say this person may go into a love and relationship. And also I have seen whenever a chart is lacking with Jupiter energy, Jupiter is in wrong signs, Jupiter is in not up to the mark. Okay, so these persons will not listen to elders. Okay. So these persons will not listen to elders, not follow dharma, not follow the rules and regulations. These people will also may tend to go towards love marriage if Jupiter is in debilitation. Yeah. So this person will not know the value of wisdom or knowledge of higher knowledge of the elders, gurus. Then also this may trigger this kind of trigger. So successful marriages are there, failure marriages are there, love marriages. Yeah. There are majority of percent failures I have seen. So if it is connected with whatever the SAR said, whatever the combinations I said, if it is connected to 6, 8, 12 houses, definitely there is a break. Okay. If Lagna Lord also involved in that combination, definitely there will be become a diverse kind of thing. They will split apart. So these things, and also the signs, the Venus signs, Taurus and Libra. Taurus and Libra, whenever the planets are there in Taurus or Libra, so we need to see. So the Taurus is always want to whatever natural second sign, second house, natural second house, Taurus. So it will give the tendency to eat variety of things. Okay, variety of sweets, variety of things. The taste buds will always seek variety. Okay. So these people will found of many people will found of food. Okay. Not only food, they have taste to seek variety of things, pleasures also. Okay. So sexual pleasures also will trigger Taurus. Yeah. It will not stick to one person. Okay. So Taurus, that kind of a thing. Okay. I mean Taurus is operating some seventh house or fifth house. Okay. And any planet is good at Taurus, then also it will trigger. So this person will seek a variety of pleasures. Libra is natural seventh house, relationships. Okay. So if it is Saturn only will control Libra. So whatever other planets will expand that energy. Yeah. Even Jupiter also will struggle here. Sun debilitates. So ego will debilitate here. So this is a clear indication that 7th house is relationships. So in the relationship, we should not show ego because Sun debilitates. Natural 7th house, Libra. In Libra, Sun will debilitate. So these people in Libra, if you find Mars, Libra is in Mars alone. So then also it may trigger to go towards love marriage. Mars want to use the properties of Libra. Libra is a natural 7th house, will tend to give relationships. If it is connected with the marriage houses or 11th house, then also it may trigger to love and kind of a relationships. Okay, very less I know about these things. So generally I will check these things in the chat. We'll see the Bhaskar Sir question. If 7th Lord is in 5th house with the Ketu, are there chances to break up in love? Ketu is a natural moksha karaka. So wherever he is sitting, from that house, you need to get moksha. Moksha means liberation. Liberation means splitting, cutting into two things. So when
Yes.
Ketu is in 5th house is love, romance, and children. So to get a children, we need to do love, we need to do romance. So when Ketu is sitting there, it will give clear disturbances there. So you will not find up to the quality, up to the mark. I'm not up to the mark. So you have some doubt. Ketu will also create a doubt. So do I love or not? That kind of a doubt he will create when it is in 5th house.
Yes, sir.
This may tend to there may be chances, okay, to split unless any other aspect, any other planet conjunctions, that also we need to see. If a Ketu is there, you need to get moksha from your children, you need to get moksha from your love. So those people will come and will give hardships so that you will travel towards the spirituality.
Okay.
So if Mercury and Venus are in 6th house from Lagna and 7th house from Rashi, which one works here? So Rashi is different. So generally every astrologer will have a separate kind of dealing the charts. So I deal from Lagna only. From the moon, I will only check the transits. Gochara. From the moon, I will calculate only Gochara. I will not see anything apart from Gochara. Okay, I don't have confusion. There is a one proverb is there. Idiots are cocksure, intelligents are doubtful. I'm idiot, I think so. I'm cocksure. So I always seek transits from the moon.
Okay.
Rashi.
Okay.
I see only transits. Rashi Phalam. Lagna, I see the horoscope, the person's heart. Moon in 12th house. Moon in 12th house always represents he want to be alone. Okay, 12th represents alone. So when you go into foreign, you will feel alone. You will lose the identity because first house identity and 12th house is losing identity. So when you go to foreign, many people don't know about you. So you are alone. If you are there in the group of people also, you are alone. So 12th house represents aloneness, sleeping, taking breaks. So relaxation, those kind of things 12th house represents. If the moon is in 12th house, this person always want to be alone. So when he is alone, he will get recharge.
Okay.
So these people will travel to foreign lands or ashrams or hospitals, jails, if it is afflicted. So that also loneliness, right? If you are in jail also, that is a loneliness.
Yeah.
If it is good,